All right. Well, good morning again. Another episode of Yes Way Jose. And again, I'm Jose.
You are.
Yeah. I don't have to always check, but
he has
sometimes
to remind himself sometimes.
I do, right? Every once in a while. Then I go, I'm Jose, and this is the podcast, and it's called Yes Way Jose. So I'm the
titular character.
The guy.
Yeah.
The guy. Anyway, good morning again. We love having this podcast. You know, we've been doing this at the farmer's market because, first of all, again, I ordered good weather.
Yeah, it's beautiful out
Do
here.
you guys know that
Absolutely.
I have that kind of house?
Yeah, I didn't even sweat that much putting all the stuff up.
Well,
Last time.
we're not expecting Eli to sweat.
Oh, right, he wasn't here until like 5 minutes ago.
That's not in this contract. No.
His alarm didn't go off.
Yeah, and sun was in his eyes. He tripped over a blade of grass.
Yeah,
We've been through that before. So that's how this works. But anyway, we have two wonderful ladies here. They're going to talk a little bit about them. They're going to introduce themselves, talk about what's going on at the farmers market. Farmers market for us is really about local feel. It's about getting folks to get to know the folks that want to do this as a vision. Some of it's hobby, some of it's business. I mean, so whatever they pick, they've decided to come out and be a part of this. So Amber's in charge of this, and they don't put me in charge of anything, except just I'm the pretty face in front of the city. I'm not doing a very good job of that part either. But really, it's exciting to be out here sometimes, just to get to know the folks that are in this vendor. So first of all, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
We're glad to have you guys. So I'm going to do one at a time. I want you to introduce yourself, and we'll talk about your business, and then we'll switch over to you, and we'll talk a little bit about your business. But I think the key is for people to know who you are. Some folks already know you in the community, but let's start with you. And good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Tell me about yourself a little bit and what's going on.
Well, my name is Patricia Spencer, and I'm actually the owner of Wicked Ghouls Cakery. We've been at the Shepherdsville Farmers Market. This will be our third year.
Oh, okay.
So we're a little seasoned. It's actually started out as a hobby, something to do. Then it just kind of, next thing I knew, it was a business. So we've been having a ball.
Yeah, well,
That's a good way to do it. Just next thing I do, it just accidentally happened.
It just accidentally happened. It was
So
like cool.
you need to turn around if you get a chance. She's right behind us.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's really good stuff, and I think it's really cool. You want to come to my house and do some baking for us?
Sure, absolutely.
Can I just give you my order?
Yeah,
just call in the order every morning. She
No
stops by the house.
problem.
Hey, Patricia, hey, good to see you. Thank
Yes.
you. Then go back inside the
Absolutely.
house.
You'd be surprised how many people actually text me or call me and say, hey, can you swing by the house?
You
Sure,
know,
I'm on my way.
That's a pretty cool thing to put in there. I think that when we talk about things, people are ordering things from Kroger, right? So I think, Patricia, the thing that people need to know is that you put love. That's one of the ingredients in all this, right?
Absolutely. We deal strictly in grandma's recipes, mom's recipes, aunt's recipes. It's all family go-to stuff.
Yeah,
So
I think that there's going to be more. As we kind of look at the expansion of the city, I would really like to see this farmers market become what I think it can be. We've seen others that have really built different structures. We're going to expand this. We're going to put a lot more. And what we got going on with the traffic coming downtown, the town square, what's going on in the park, we're going to see a lot more folks actually coming through there. So we think that that's going to continue to grow for you. So you have more folks to come out and see who you do, what you do, and who you are, and about your family. And so you're the favorite person at Thanksgiving? Just asking.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays,
I was going to say how many birthday cakes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I know anytime there's anybody in our family that is good at baking, they're the one making the birthday
Actually, I make my own birthday cakes.
Yeah, right.
There's no doubt about that, Patricia. No doubt about that. But, all right, real quick, introduce yourself. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. I am Holly Embry. This is my second year at the market.
Okay.
Yes, and I am a designer. It's the company is J Bloom.
J Blue?
Yes,
Okay.
they're based out of St. Louis.
Okay.
And that what just started about a year and a half ago is the permanent jewelry, where we just link it on and just stays there as long as you want it on. And
Okay.
then,
So, jewelry. Have you done jewelry for a long time?
no, I've actually just been with J Bloom for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the unique thing about their jewelry is their motto is wear and share your story.
Okay.
I can take signatures from cards of anyone that, if you've had a loved one pass away, we can upload it on a piece of jewelry, and it just kind of
cool.
makes it just
Personal.
special.
Yeah.
It makes it personal.
Makes it very
Okay.
special.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how much trouble you get in, but you definitely go to see her and then bring a cake and bring some jewelry.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
you'll be fine with
There
your
you
wife.
go.
And you just
Set.
start thinking like
I
this.
saw
'cause
somebody over there selling flowers. That's a good
There
deal.
you go.
Yeah,
Just
some
You're
flowers.
set.
come to the farmer's market to get out of trouble.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
If you're in the doghouse,
That's
the
the new
farmer's
motto.
market is the way to go.
Yeah, bring your wife. They'll probably enjoy it.
Absolutely.
So when you guys think about the farmers market, we always like, this is what you do. You're here. What do you? I mean, obviously we love Amber. She probably heard that.
Oh,
That's
yes.
okay.
I love
but,
Amber.
but we want to build that relationship with you. We want to be able to say, hey, remember we had this podcast. on Saturday morning on the 24th of August of 2024, it's kind of like, hey, remember that 5 years later to see where you're at, what you're doing, that you have really a comfortableness with doing this every summer. Because we think that this can be what we'd like it to be. We want folks that live in our neighborhoods to spend their time here. Nothing
Right.
against some of the other cities, but when it comes to something like this, we're going to have enough venues from what I've seen out here that we should be able to take care of whatever you need. If we can't,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure one of you guys will find a way to get it to them, whether it's obviously
Absolutely.
from the bakery side or jewelry side. For us, we just want to make sure we feature you guys. And when we have this podcast, we talk about all things that are going on in the city, but we want people to forget this is still a very special part of what we do in our city. People love to come out here Saturday mornings. They come out here, just what they plan their day out. Whatever they plan the rest of the day, they know I'm going to spend a couple hours at the market, come see what's out there. You got fresh grown produce out here. Obviously, people
Yes.
like you can't beat a good local tomato.
Right.
Absolutely.
You were talking about like local feel and stuff. When I was walking up to set things up, I was seeing people like hugging each other and stuff. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like, it's a
absolutely.
very family
I
This
feel.
is the
know.
farmers market
Yes.
family.
Yeah.
I
It
think you guys
is.
get the chance to
Yeah.
know each other and realize the stories that you share with each other. But I like it that you had a vision. You wanted to do something, and your passion for food, obviously your passion for jewelry, and how you guys actually make that stuff work. Again, whether it's looking at, like I said, the hobby where we tell people all the time, or if it's the business, anything we can do as a city to promote you guys. Amber's great about that. If you guys decide to do more than just farmers markets, we want to be a partner with you. We want you to feel like we're the neighborhood, and we are a part of that. But I think for you guys, I'd like to see where you want to be. So what would you like to do? I mean, would you like to do a brick and mortar? Would you do something like that?
That has been the ultimate goal, but since I was about 9.
Okay.
I'm not 9 anymore. Way
Not that-
past 9.
So we got only one person real close to 9.
Yeah,
It's only one. He's the closest.
But actually, we were talking about doing like a mini food truck, something along those lines,
Uh-huh.
maybe in the next couple of years. So, yeah.
So Troy
So-
King, who does our food truck invasions out here with Amber, you really keep that in mind. I think, especially with what you do, you can also just have things there for sampling of how you sell samples of stuff, but you get orders. You get your
Yeah.
orders for all the different occasions. I mean, Thanksgiving, like you said, you're going to be pretty busy during that time.
Absolutely,
But
we
you
get
don't mind that.
we get a lot of people that frequent the market,
Uh-huh.
and then come birthdays or
Absolutely.
come Christmas, any of the major holidays. They're always like, "Hey, can you do?"
Yeah, how
Fill
many
in the
pies
blank,
do
you
make in
Yeah.
Thanksgiving- at
Yeah. Oh
Thanksgiving?
my gosh! Like we've made little pies all the way up to
Yeah.
and it's just it's crazy the amount of return that we get
Yeah.
from just being out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about on the jewelry side of things. We're talking about like just Christmas gifts. I mean, everybody gets the
yeah.
same old stuff every year. I'm not saying that's, but it's something personal.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think the
Absolutely.
cards are really cool.
Oh, yeah.
To have a signature like that,
Yes.
that's really
Yeah.
cool. I think that would mean a lot more than
Yeah.
just going to what the video.
Oh.
I'm not. Listen, people do
Yes.
their shopping wherever they do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
A lot of online stuff. But I think it's a little bit more. It's more intimate when
Yeah.
you buy from somebody local,
Yeah.
and
That's
you get
what
to know
I
the
try
folks
to
that.
do.
Yeah, because you know a
Try
lot of
to buy
friends.
local.
And
Oh,
you get to see the people
absolutely.
that you're benefiting too.
Yeah.
You go to
Yes.
you
Oh, yeah.
go to
Yes.
Walmart, you don't get to see
Right.
the whoever the Walmart family
Right.
is that owns Walmart. You don't get to see them,
Exactly.
take your money.
Yeah.
So Eli, I'm helping you with Christmas already. I'm helping you.
I appreciate it, yeah.
I'm getting you set up here. You can go see these fine ladies.
He's making a note in his head.
He better
Yeah.
make a note. I just want him not to get in trouble. Hey, we get in trouble on our own, but we're just trying to make sure we prevent you from getting into too much trouble. But you have some good resources here for you.
He's a lost cause.
You think he's not gonna-
He's too much like his dad.
So what we want to,
And you, for the record.
then it's going to be a bad thing.
Oh, goodness.
But listen, ladies, one more time for you. Patricia, you guys say your full names and your business, and if there's an email or something you want them to know.
Okay.
We always want to make sure about that.
It's actually Patricia Spencer, and it's Wicked Ghouls Cakery. They can reach us out on Facebook at Wicked Ghouls Cakery, or they can email us at wicked_ghouls@yahoo.com.
Okay.
That's Ghouls, Ghouls. Like
Absolutely,
the,
yep.
ghouls.
Scary
Oh
ghouls,
yeah.
yeah.
So my wife loves that. She loves Halloween.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Holly Embry, and I'm with Jay Bloom. You can, I do have a VIP page on Facebook, so you can reach me on there. It's called Shine in Style with Holly.
Okay.
And then, or you can look me up on my website with Jay Bloom. It's www.myjbloom.com/Holly Embry.
Okay. Well, listen, ladies, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I know my wife has
Yes.
seen both of you guys.
Oh,
so,
yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
She loves it. And I do
Yes.
think you guys do a wonderful job out here. We appreciate being a part of this because we know the success
Yes.
starts with you guys.
Yes.
So good morning to you, and thank you for being
Right.
on the show
Thank
today.
you so
oh,
much.
two things. We have a website.
we do. It's Well, we have an
No, we
email.
don't.
I'm sorry.
We have an email.
I'm stuck up. Okay, I had not enough coffee yet. Let's start again. We have an email.
We have an email.
have an email.
YesWayJosemail@gmail.com.
See, we do these guys at Harmony like that, so they know.
Yeah.
So one of the things, ladies, you'll get to figure this out. I didn't actually. I wore my shirt yesterday. I do one thing when we end the show. We always let people know that when people say goodbye, well, I do one additional thing. And I do it with the kids. I got my mother-in-law saying it. I've got everybody saying it. It's love, peace, chicken grease. Love, peace, chicken grease. So when I say 1, 2, 3, we're going to say love, peace, chicken grease. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you so
too.
much.
All right. Well, good morning again. We're having another episode of Yes Way Jose. And of course, I always have to ask, but these two guys always keep me in line. I'm Jose.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that right, Eli?
Still Jose.
I'm still Jose?
Yeah.
I
Still
was-
Jose. You were 10 minutes ago. Still are
I'm
now.
still-
Isn't
so
this going to be
my
the
name,
same episode?
Yeah, this will be the same episode
Yeah.
though. You'll be asking the same question.
So I just did this in the first episode of the same
They're
episode.
going to be like the mayor has
Yes.
dementia.
Well, and I don't have enough coffee in me.
That's
yet.
what it is.
I got to get that part. Let me go have another sip. We'll start again here. Oh, kidding aside. Oh, that's better now. I'm Jose.
There you go.
That's
There you
so
go.
much better.
He remembers.
Yeah, I remember now. Anyway, good morning again. Another episode, another continuance.
Yeah.
How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a big word.
Again, we have two more fine vendors here at our farmers market. We're going to let them introduce themselves in a minute and talk about what they do and why their passion is there and the vision, what they want to do in the next 5-10 years. Maybe all three of us will be working for one of them.
Maybe.
That could happen.
You never know.
We never know. So we think that we keep emphasizing the farmers market and why it's successful. We always like to give Amber a whole lot of credit, but we know we got a lot of good vendors. You guys coming out here and doing what you do, and I've seen you guys at different venues that we've had throughout the community, and we just want to first of all say thank you guys for being here. So we're going to start with introducing themselves one at a time, talk about their business and why they do what they do. So good morning, Mike. How did you get started?
Good morning. My name is Mike Marzian. The name of our farm is 381. The wife and I came up with that because we're simpletons. We couldn't come up with a reasonable name.
381.
Didn't
Yeah,
have.
what's the 381?
381 is our street address.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And,
Hey, that was
You're
really
doxing yourself.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey,
That was complicated. I've just picked up on that.
Yeah.
Let me get some more coffee.
Every name we came up with was already taken by someone on the internet. So
No kidding.
after years of debate, we came up with our street address would probably be the most viable option for a
Don't
name.
tell them what
Nobody
street.
else-
That would be bad. Yeah.
Well, we do have
Let's-
people come out to the farm
do you?
and,
Okay.
and pick at
As long as you
times.
want them to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
in that case,
We're just
you know,
thinking about you, Mike. So, Mike, I want to start with the farm first, and then I'm going to talk about these wonderful things you got in front of you. But tell me about the farm.
Well, the farm, we grow all manner of produce. We start growing in April. We plant potatoes, all manner of spring greens, kale, collards, turnips, carrots.
Uh-huh.
We grow all sorts of produce, spring related, so it's ready for our market when it opens in June. And then throughout the summer, we add on all your normal garden vegetables, tomatoes, okra is a big seller.
I like okra.
Sunflowers.
Does
Everybody
Eli
loves
know
a
what okra
sunflower.
is?
I do.
Look at that.
I've been to Cracker
Yeah, I was about to
Barrel.
say we go to Cracker Barrel.
He's good. He's good. He knows. He knows.
We grow the okra, we grow corn, zucchini, cushaw is one of my favorite things to grow and try to sell because most people have never heard of a
I was about to say,
cushaw
what's
squash.
exactly that? Yeah. Oh,
It is-
squash, okay.
It's generally thought of as a Halloween decoration. It grows up
Like a
to
gourd?
like 30
Like-
pounds.
it's one of the gourds?
It's a squash. It's meaty. You can eat it, but it's underappreciated. It's a huge amount of food for very little money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And people are just afraid of it, but we use it and we eat it at our house. And we sell a few here, and once people buy them, they come back
They
looking
come
for
back.
more.
Do you ever give out recipes for some of the food that you do? I think I've even had
I-
conversations with you guys down there. I know my wife. My wife has been to every one of these venues out here, so we know everybody. But anyway, so recipes
do
are
give
always
out
good things. Yeah,
recipes.
something especially with that one that people don't know. That'd be kind of cool. So you also have these little fine things in front of us. I want you. We all got to know you about this, about the produce, Mike, and it was 381. Remember that?
Yeah,
No street.
381.
No,
Yeah,
no
no,
street
no,
name.
don't say the street.
No street name. but I think it's really cool that you do this other. I'm not going to call it a hobby. You're actually. I've watched you do this, and he does it in minutes.
Oh, that's not a hobby. That's a lifestyle.
I mean, I'm telling. Well, that is. That's
you,
a good.
You can ask our dad.
Yes, so you got to have your dad come out and check this. But anyway, Mike,
Yep.
talk to us about these.
Well, many years ago, as a fisherman, we would buy our jigs to fish with. These are fishing jigs.
Yep.
And we would go to a bait shop. We would find a color we liked, and you would catch a ton of fish on it. You go back a week later to get that same color, and it was never available. I'm like, how hard can it possibly be to tie one of these? So I bought a vise, and I bought all the materials.
He's got the tools.
The
real
tools to tie them. And over the last 20 years, I have a collection of animal hides you can't believe. We tie with a lot of native animal species,
really? Okay.
everything
That's cool.
from black bear, beaver, and I also tie with exotics. I have kangaroo
Really?
that I tie with. I mean,
Wow.
we tie with all manner of different furs. But one of my favorites of late has been Arctic fox. This is an Arctic fox jig.
Oh wow,
That's cool.
I would have never thought that was an Arctic fox.
Yeah, it's dyed Arctic fox, but I start with a bare hook.
Yeah.
I mold the head. I paint the head.
Oh, you mold the head and everything.
Yes, and
Okay.
I paint it. I powder coat the head a specific color. Then after I tie the jig and I'm happy with the way it looks, I'll put the eyes on it. Each one of them has hand painted eyes.
It's amazing watching this
but,
stuff.
But when I make these jigs, I sell these. The smaller ones $1 a piece, the big ones $1.50. Everybody says, "Well, how can you sell them that cheap?" You have literally seconds tied up in each one of these jigs and each step into it.
Probably once you get good at it too, you're pretty quick.
And tying one, I can tie a jig. Once I get to the point where I'm actually tying the jig, adding the fiber or filaments to it, it takes me less than a minute to tie one.
He has one
really?
gazillion of these.
Wow.
One gazillion.
See, our dad, I've seen my dad, he never got fancy with he does a lot of crappie fishing and some red ear. So yeah, so he would get the plain ones and he would powder coat them themselves in the oven. I remember he was experimenting in there in the oven. Yeah, our mom was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. That's not made for that.
Yeah.
That's not made for that. Well, listen, I think it's awesome. I'm going to switch over just a little bit. I'm going to your full name and your business and talk about what you do.
I'm Jason Rule with Cuz's Custom 3D Creations. I, like the name says, I do 3D printing. I started out a few years ago. My wife works in the medical field. During COVID, our daughter was pregnant, and she wanted a phone holder so that she could set it on her desk, so she wouldn't, in case she got a message from her daughter. So, told people at work about it, and they were like, "Well, can you do a U of L?" So, of course, I had to do the U of L.
Oh, it's a phone holder. I didn't even know that was a phone holder.
They are custom made. They're all my creations. So if you have an idea that I haven't made yet, I do custom work as well. They'll fit either way.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Jason, I think it's
tripod.
really cool.
Yeah.
He's got some cool stuff down there. Really
My
cool.
wife even will grab one, set it in the kitchen to watch the recipe while she's cooking, or watch whatever she's watching while she's cooking. They're great for all kinds of different uses. If by chance your phone didn't fit, they're my design. I can make it bigger. To guarantee that it fit. I can size them up for tablets as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I'm going to make sure some UK stuff, because we don't want anybody just think it's just
That's
UK
right.
stuff.
That's right.
For the UK fans here. Hey, so go and show them that first. That's kind of cool.
Also,
Those are for Eli.
She is she is in the medical field, working for the hospital where she has to wear particular colors. So she really can't express herself. So she said, "Well, can you make me some earrings?" So if you can't tell, my wife is an inspiration for a lot of what I do.
I've met his wife.
Your wife's like, "Make me this," and you're like, "I guess I'll sell them."
So they
that
turned
wasn't
out
really a
really
choice
well
on his part for Jason.
So I started making the earrings also because, like I said, they started turning out really well. And just a couple of weeks ago, somebody said something about the old UK cat head.
That's actually really cool. Yeah, that is.
So I designed it, printed it up, and it's like, yeah, those look really good. So
people don't really understand the 3D print piece of that. You want to go over that just briefly to get. I don't want to get too
they're
complicated.
crazy. If you watch videos
It's
of them,
I
they're
don't get too
wild.
complicated.
the easiest way I describe it that most people understand is it is a very precise computer-controlled hot glue gun.
Yeah.
Because what it does, it takes a type of plastic filament, which is corn-based, which is what I use.
It's like a spool, right?
It is a spool.
Yeah.
There's no petroleum in the plastic in the plastic that I use at all, and it forces it through a hot nozzle that's got a very fine hole in it, but it's similar to a hot glue gun.
Wow.
And a computer controls it and tells it to draw this first layer, then it moves it up just a little bit,
Right.
and then draws the next
Wow.
layer, and then
Isn't
it
it
just
amazing?
builds as it goes on
Yeah,
up
it's
there.
crazy to watch.
I've seen videos.
I think that's the thing that I like about it is we were talking to other farmer market vendors out here. We like it that it's a personal touch what you guys do, right? See, that's the cool piece. You're doing this 3D print, but you're doing things that you can custom made for folks, right?
Absolutely.
And the same thing,
Absolutely.
obviously, with this. I mean, you can do some really fun things with it. You obviously have the produce part of it. That's what we want people to see is that you can shop anywhere, but you have an opportunity. And price competitiveness, I got to believe that you're somewhere in the same ballpark, but it's made local. And I think we keep mentioning that, but we want people to really know high quality products.
Yeah.
We're not asking you just to buy local. We're asking you to buy it because it's good.
Right.
Good products.
Yeah, and also like a lot of people, I feel like they think of the farmers market and like produce is great, and y'all's produce, I'm
Yep.
sure.
I mean,
is
it's
a
called
lot.
the farmers
Yeah, I mean,
market,
it's a lot better than the produce you're going to get in the store because it's a lot more natural and stuff like that. But it's kind of cool to see the other stuff that's not just what you would think of as people think of farmers market, they might just think, oh, I don't need any groceries right now. You know what I mean?
What were we gonna say, Jen?
I ran into a lady came out from Colorado 2 years ago at a came out here to the farmers market. She reached out to me that November for Christmas presents, and I shipped them to Colorado.
awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She reached out to me again this past November for more Christmas presents.
Awesome.
That's how you
So-
know it was good.
Yeah. Well, no, repeat business. But I do think that's the nice piece about it because we have all the Walmarts. We mentioned that before, the Walmarts and the big chain business. We don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that. I don't mean that anything towards the Walmarts. I'm glad they have what they have, prices that make it affordable for our families.
And they're convenient, but it's always nice to shop local.
It is nice to shop local, and I think you two guys actually have some very neat things. I watched you make those. That was amazing, and I've seen your work, and I do know his wife keeps him in line. There's no lie. He doesn't need any more supervision than that. Wonderful lady.
It seems like it's working pretty well. Everything she tells him to make
He's
is
making
Yeah,
it.
right,
seems
right,
pretty cool.
yeah, pretty
and he
much.
makes it on time too, just so you know.
Absolutely.
Well, gentlemen, I tell you what. First of all, we think it's great that you're here. I love both of you guys. I've known both of you guys for a little bit here now. We appreciate what you guys are doing here. We actually have, as the podcast, we're going to ask some information for you guys to say it again on the show. But don't we have an email address that we can share again?
That's yeswayjosemail@gmail.com.
You see, I've been training these guys to do it at the same time. It's got the same kind of. You guys are good.
They need a little bit of work. They were
Just a little
slightly
bit
out
off.
of sync.
Jason, get your wife involved.
Well,
I was
Their wife-
ahead, he was behind.
Yeah.
So
just
we're clear.
We'll get it taken care of. But we do want people to know this is actually a part of another segment of this episode. But we want people to know who you guys are. So Mike and Jason, if you guys one more time, Mike, I love his name tag. You watching this thing over here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, this guy's got.
Instructions from the wife.
Well,
Oh, he's
Mike,
got.
what's
Oh,
your
see.
name?
So we know now these guys are effective because they got
Yep.
good women behind
That's
them.
what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But Mike, again, full name and your website or whatever you want to go to.
My name is Mike Marzian. We're here at the market every Saturday. Won't be here the 21st of September. My wife and I are going to celebrate our 40th wedding
Well,
anniversary.
congratulations,
out of town.
Mike. Yeah.
I thought by now she would have done me in,
No,
but
she kept you.
She
All right,
kept
that's
me.
a good investment. You
but
can make
as
those.
far as the farm, after the market is over in September, we'll invite people to come out to
Okay.
the farm on Saturdays. We'll set up a booth out there
Oh, okay.
and sell our
It's
produce.
3-8. Is there a website?
We don't have a website.
You can give your address if you
But,
want
but
to.
our address is 381 Horsefly Hollow Road.
Oh, okay.
Within
Horsefly Hollow.
A couple of miles
Love
from
that
here.
name.
So our produce all is fresh, locally grown.
Yep.
Our motto is we're going to sell fresh, locally grown produce at a reasonable price. We also raise bees and sell honey. We sell sunflowers. So
Then my wife always gets the sunflowers.
the
though.
sunflowers
Oh,
are
okay, yeah,
every
I've
week.
seen some people walking around with sunflowers. Does that come from your booth?
Yeah, the sunflowers are beautiful. I
They do
love
well.
growing them. I started growing those many years ago before I retired. I didn't have time to do the farmer's market. Then I retired last year in April. Now we had the time to do the market last year and
Absolutely.
again this year. But when we started growing the sunflowers years ago, my wife always loved sunflowers, so I would plant different varieties sunflowers from mammoths,
Yeah.
which go up to 16 feet tall, all the
Oh,
way
wow.
down to your pollenless sunflowers like we sell here, down to 4 feet tall. So we'd have, at the end of our farm, we'd have a 150-foot long wall of
Oh, that's cool.
sunflowers.
That's
It
cool.
was
That's
absolutely
cool.
gorgeous.
That's a nice privacy fence.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Jason. So again, Jason Rule.
Jason Rule with Cuz's, C-U-Z-S, Custom 3D Creations. You can find me on Facebook. Or the email is CUZS3D, Cuz's3D@yahoo.com.
Okay.
The easiest way to reach me, either through the Facebook or through email.
Well, we just Yeah, we want people to come out and see what you do. I mean, I tell you what, you got a few samples out here. I think people just need to come out and see what you do. The personal touch you guys can put to some of the stuff that you want to do out here. We know that farmers markets are going to be successful. We said this in the first part of this episode. We want to make sure you know we appreciate you guys being out here. You guys are really good guys. I know you got good women behind you, and I have to say that because if I don't, I got one behind me that I want to make sure she gets recognized too for putting up with me. But I think these podcasts hopefully will give people a chance to just know who you guys are. And most people come to this farmers market, know your work, know what you do. We appreciate that you put your passion and love in what you do. Because it really is. Every time I see you guys, you always smile on both of you guys. They must live in life good because every time I see
Well,
them,
he
they're
said
always
he just
smiling.
retired, so I think after you retire, you just smile all the time. That's what I hear.
He's always smiling. We were always joking together. But Mike, Jason, thank you all very much for here, and we're going to make you do it too. Oh yeah, this is we're going to make everybody do this. Every time I've been doing this for about 10 years, and when I say goodbye to people, I don't just say goodbye. I make everybody say love, peace, chicken grease. All right. So when I say 1, 2, 3, we're all going to say love, peace, chicken grease. You guys ready? I mean, I think you're ready to go for this. 1, 2, 3. Love, peace, chicken grease. Thank you, guys.